Ciao, welcome back to my channel. Yesterday, we started the tree. I know what you're thinking. It's too early to start decorating. It's only November 11th. Why not enjoy it for longer? You only get 2 months. I'm not a huge Thanksgiving person. The most fun I've ever had with Thanksgiving was doing a Thanksgiving in Italy when I was living there. Ciao! Welcome to the vlog. Specifically, welcome to the American Thanksgiving vlog in Italy. I made my whole family an American Thanksgiving, as American as I could get. I've totally missed my window of creating any Thanksgiving recipes for you guys this year. Maybe next year I'll try to make a 10 recipe series for Thanksgiving, like Mediterranean inspired Thanksgiving recipes. I don't know about you, but I go to a very traditional Thanksgiving and most people don't eat like me. I've always been made fun of for being the healthy person. I'm always the health nut of the family, and I have always brought the salad to every family potluck, Christmas, potluck, Thanksgiving, almost any potluck, anything, I bring the salad, because I was always taught you bring something you know you want to eat, because you'll never know what's going to be there when you go to a potluck situation. Secondly, no one's ever mad about a salad. I promise you, I make a giant salad every single holiday and it is deleted. Share your thoughts and feelings on maybe next year I'll start planning for Thanksgiving stuff. I've been meal prepping since 11 because I'm doing 3 different jobs this week. Long story short, I'm gonna be out of the house the entire week, working, not being here, so nothing I want more than to come home to food or to have food ready to go. So I prepped for the past 5 hours and I got creative with it. So I needed a breakfast, my little pre-workout protein energy little bite. I always like to prep a little granola bar, and I'm in the mood right now to really start cleaning out. So I found this little plastic container of toasted coconut that I did a couple months ago, and it's just been sitting there, and it's a random amount. It was probably a third a cup, I don't know. So I made some coconut protein bars, and then I made my little meal prep dish, which I have this very, very viral recipe. For some reason, this recipe video and so many of my recipes from that have done so well. A
Day 5 of 30 Mediterranean diet meal ideas. Hi, my name is Caroline, and I even thicken it up with a bunch of cheese and extra Parmesan and bake it off in these spaghetti squash boats for something so delicious.
Such a low
Day
calorie,
5 of
high
30
protein, creamy, delicious goodness. So I wanted to give you guys another recipe for that was dairy free. Today I didn't make it vegan because I like bone broth. I like to put in protein whenever possible, put in good gut health whenever possible. Bone broth is great for protein and gut health, but you can use regular vegetable broth and make this a completely vegan dish. And so I wanted a really high protein, dairy free option. I took some shallots and onions, sauteed them in some oil, infused the oil, added a little bit of red pepper flakes, added some rosemary, so this oil became so fragrant and loaded. And then I added in the beans, I added in the broth, and I added in some lemon and let that simmer for probably an hour until the beans were so soft and just broke into pieces. And then you saw that I could take out the little rosemary sprigs and they were completely empty. That is something I love so much about woodsy herbs, is you can just let them cook away, simmer away, and then you just discard them when you're done. I also took out the lemon peels because those were going to be a little bit too much bitterness if you blended those lemons in. Oh, I also added in nutritional yeast and hemp seeds. 2 super important things because they both add a ton of protein. Nutritional yeast adds that cheesy, delicious oomph, and then the hemp seeds really help with the creaminess of the sauce. So those are 2 super awesome additions to this dish. And then I just cooked off some spaghetti squash, cut them in half, took out the seeds, cooked them off until they were really soft at 350, and then flip them over and you turn the oven up. Because everything's cooked, you're just trying to get it warm and bubbly, nice golden brown on top. In a perfect world, it would have been shiny and bubbly, but because of the ingredients that you're using, it kind of got a dull, hard topping. It's not the same as cheese, obviously. Still tasted utterly delicious. It's just not as pretty looking. You could also just go ahead and mix the sauce in with the spaghetti squash after it's done cooking. Like after the spaghetti squash is done cooking, you don't have to like bake it twice. I just think it's so fun to make these boats. It's like the perfect amount of sauce goes into each boat. It's great for weight loss, super low calorie because you're just eating a bunch of vegetables and like protein, creamy goodness. And then it's just a great meal. And I want to always do variety as much as possible. And I feel like this is the perfect warm, cozy dish too, now that it's getting colder. So easy for meal prep, great meal prep option. So like I was like really excited to share that with you today. I had one squash left over, a half of it, because it makes like the perfect amount of sauce for like 3 spaghetti squash halves. What else did I make? Oh, I made pumpkin cookies because I wanted to retest the recipe that's on my website. I found out for some reason that recipe is wrong. It definitely doesn't need 1 1/4 cups of flour. It needs just 1 cup of flour. These cookies, for me, they're a little too tall. So I prepped some cookies. Caroline, why would you meal prep cookies? A dessert is always part of my meal prep. Even if you're trying to lose weight, I seriously suggest trying to meal prep a dessert. Because if you're like me and that is your weakness, which it is mine, desserts are my weakness. If I don't have one ready to go, if I don't have 1 or 2 cookies to eat, and I know they're wholesome and homemade, and I can eat 1 or 2, and then I'm satisfied and good to go, I will go into the pantry and I'll eat a little bit of chocolate, and then I'll like combine some chocolate and peanut butter together, and then I'll find another piece of candy, and then I won't be satisfied, and I'll go for a date. But that didn't satisfy me either, so maybe I'll make like a little treat, and then I've eaten like 4 or 5 different things instead of just having a cookie, making a little cup of tea, sitting down at the end of the day. There's no guilt, and there's so many ways that you can have a little treat in any of your journeys, whether it's weight loss, gaining muscle, just maintaining a healthy body, but like it's all in moderation. So what I'm saying is I need to have a treat prepped, or else I become a little raccoon and I go searching for treats, and then I feel like crapola afterwards. So that was today's little meal prep. Lucy is playing pathetic. I think she's super ready for a walk now. So that concludes today. We're probably gonna throw in a movie once it gets dark and decorate this tree some more. Officially had our first fall of snow. A lot of time's passed. Hey Google, what day is today?
Today is Friday, November 22nd.
I was supposed to have this up this past Monday, but I suck and I'm not doing great getting everything done lately. So we're gonna have it up this upcoming Monday. So much has happened. I had that crazy week of work and we did a little bit more decorating. We kind of helped my mom. She's the decorator. I'm just here for support. Helped her kind of decorate a few more things. Following that, had kind of a tough weekend. This past weekend was pretty emotional, pretty unexpected. I'm a planner. I plan things out to a T. I had this whole weekend planned of going to like this Christmas market and like vlogging it and showing you guys like Christmas gifts I might have gotten and like small local businesses and talking about all kinds of stuff. There was a wrench thrown into the plan. Maybe you can relate where you were looking so forward to a weekend, had ideas, had plans, made things up in your head that they were gonna be so great, and then does not go as planned. But I try to cheer myself up, try to like, you know, create the zest. That's why I literally say create a zestful day, create zest. Up to you. Life is all up to us, right? There's no having life. We have it. We're blessed enough to have it. What are we gonna do with it? So I tried my best to be in a delusional state. Sometimes that's what it takes, and try to pick things up. Saturday night, hosted some friends over. Tried out making a pot roast. It was delicious. Can't wait to try it again. I really, really loved it. So tried to make a pot roast. Of course, per our discussion earlier in this video, made a salad, duh. It was a delicious salad with a blood orange honey dressing and pomegranates, roasted squash that was roasted with rosemary, feta, pistachios. You know me, love a good salad. I made orange espresso olive oil brownies. They were delicious. My friends didn't like them because they didn't like the orange in their chocolate. I think they taste delicious. I love orange and chocolate together, and then the little hint of espresso made the brownies like delish. And we did a paint by number all together. We did paint by numbers. Those were so hard. It was so cute to see people doing paint by numbers on social media. Sit down, relax, disconnect, do a paint by number. They were so hard. I admire and have so much empathy and understanding now for painters. That was not enjoyable. It really wasn't. I really wanted to enjoy painting by numbers, but like I hated it. You know, because the Mediterranean lifestyle, the modern Mediterranean lifestyle is all about how can we get in the present moment and connect and be social with each other. And that doesn't always mean going out to drink. Like if you want to host people, if you want to do activities, something that's creative, that gets your mind going, paint by number. This was gonna be a perfect example of my Mediterranean lifestyle vlog. No, no. Sunday, I said, I don't care how tired I am. I don't care if I still feel the emotional drainage from the past few days. We're getting up and gonna create some goodness. So Sunday I got up, had a workout, came back, got dressed, went for a little coffee. Did I really need it? No. Who needs a $6, $7 coffee? No one needs that. But I needed to put makeup on my puffy, swollen face. I needed to try to put on an outfit. Needed to try to go out in public, because sometimes when you're too much in your environment, a habit of the Mediterranean people is they get dressed and they go out. They don't necessarily go out to even spend money. Granted, their communities make it easier to do that in the Mediterranean because they're in these communities. They can go walk to the piazza. That's something that the European and Mediterranean people have that is lacking so much in the structure when America was built, is these common areas like a piazza. I mean, that's the best one I can give. I know there's so many other examples of this, but there's always this like common area. So we don't have that in America, so you have to work extra hard, go put yourself out there. So anyways, moving on. Had to do Christmas shopping and then had to come back because it was Operation Bake Family Dinner. She did a salmon marinated in tamari, orange juice, and ginger, and then she grilled it. And then I was in charge of the slaw, so I made a yuzu sesame cashew slaw. That was family dinner on Sunday, which was good, was much needed. For me personally, I know everyone's different and some people will say they're introverts and they don't like to be in big groups of people. But if you're feeling sad, overwhelmed, stressed out, with the right people, with your right community, they can actually make you feel better because you get out of your head, get connected with what's real and what's actually around you instead of being so stuck in here and focusing on the past or focusing on the future. It's just so good to be around people. And that was what really helped me a lot Sunday night because it was just like, community. So anyways, so Monday just did computer work all day. Tuesday was work. Wednesday, what did I do Wednesday? Thursday was work. Thursday, more computer work all day. I haven't been able to like do creative stuff. I haven't been able to vlog. I'm busy. Work. I hate it. Thanksgiving is next week. Oh my gosh, I started off this video like, oh yeah, Thanksgiving, blah, blah, blah. When you're watching this, it's Monday, so Thanksgiving is in 4 days. And I know I don't have all American followers. For those who are not in America, lucky you. Then it happens where it's like Thanksgiving and you close your eyes and you open them and then it's like the 23rd. It's like, whoa. In my opinion, personally, this may be totally different for you. Totally different. Maybe I'm just being too open and honest. This is a very stressful time of year. This is a very emotional time of year, depending on how invested you get with holiday planning, family stuff, all of that. Every year I set expectations that I shouldn't. Every year I take on too much. Every year I try to show up and feel like I'm not showing up enough. I need to get off social media way more during the holiday season. There are so many comparisons during this time of year of what everyone is buying, all these gift guides, all of these influences of just like you should be buying this and you should be getting that, and oh my gosh, the sales going on right now. It's so much sales and influence and influence and influence, and it's so overwhelming. I'm gonna try to make a very conscious step to get off social media. I'll see people's houses and the way people decorated, makeup tutorials, and just be like, I'm not enough. I'm not enough. I'm not enough. They're doing holiday season so much better than me. So rule number one is just get off social media. This is a safe place. Do not get off YouTube. Stay here with me in YouTube. But as far as like social media, it's just, I have never gotten off TikTok or Instagram for the most part and felt good. Another one is overcommitting. It's so easy, right, to say yes and sign yourself up for things and want to see as many people as possible. And I think we just have to like set our priorities. I think that what's more important, right? So like, in my opinion, it's probably more important to see people than make the 3 pies that I wanted to make for Thanksgiving. So if that means that I want to hang out with my family or hang out with friends the day before Thanksgiving and I have to make one dish instead of 4 dishes because I was only required in the first place to make one dish, but because I'm such a foodie, I want to make 4. Like, that's just my example. I don't know what your example is, however that looks for you. Maybe it's the opposite, where you you have to make all the food so you can't be as social. You can't do it all. This is the season that we feel like we need to be doing it all, and we simply can't. Oh, look, I got a new phone case. Isn't it so cute? All right, I'm gonna try really hard this year too. I'm not gonna be perfect at it. I'm not. Intentional gift giving, intentional purchasing. In a time of such consumerism marketing, I'm going to try my best to shop at my local boutiques, even if like the boutiques carry like big brands, obviously. At least I'm shopping at local places, helping my local economy. Really important to shop those small businesses. So like, try to set aside a day, go to boutiques to shop. I have a good list in Columbus, if you guys need any recommendations. If I'm gonna get a gift, I don't wanna get Amazon gifts. I wanna go to boutiques and get gifts. I wanna find cool businesses on social media that are small if I can. I'm not gonna be perfect at it. I'm not. That's my little chatting with you guys. I just want to show you guys one last thing really quickly. Because it's been snowing and so cold, Lucy put her little sweater on. Look how cute it is. It's pink. Say hi. She needs a haircut so bad. And that's all. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Leave a comment if you've got something to share. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, I hope you create a very, very successful day. Ciao.